Hello everyone, it's Nili, Evolutionary Astrology. In this video, I'm going to talk about the importance of the progressed moon, the transits of Saturn and Jupiter, and I'm going to do this in the context of my favorite soccer player, Kylian Mbappé. Mbappé transferred from Paris Saint-Germain to Real Madrid. He faced challenging times, and astrologically speaking, we can see that in the transit of Saturn. After he transferred, he started to bomb. Transiting Saturn was conjunct his natal Jupiter. There's about success and opportunity, expansion, luck. Saturn, bang, was on his Jupiter, kind of was a wet blanket and all that enthusiasm. Actually, during that time, Saturn was in retrogradation. Then it turned direct. And because of these retrogradations, it's like the planet gives you some time to work on the themes that have to do with that planet. So in the beginning was this blockage. And by the time Saturn hit his Jupiter again, it's like, I'm going to give you another chance now that you've understood, how to face these challenges, what you need to do. And what you need to do in Saturn times is to keep the faith, to keep going. Saturn calls for self-discipline, for concentration and priority. But, this guy is still a Capricorn Moon, and Saturn is very strong in his chart, and he has Mars on the ascendant. He always wants to get better, and Saturn process is overcoming obstacles. So the progressed moon is very, very important. Progressed moon is essentially our evolving heart, and the progressed moon was about to conjoin with his natal sun. Progressed moon in Sagittarius, which has to do with keeping the hope, with being open to change, knowing to seize the right opportunities. What happens when that progressed moon joins the natal sun in Sagittarius? It's a huge thing. The sun is our head, let's say, and the moon is our heart. The moon is transrational. It has to do with really our comfort zone, feeling secure, feeling at home, because the moon rules Cancer, and Cancer has to do with family as a metaphor. And I think in this case, he had to adjust himself to a new family, which is a new team in a new country, a new language. And in this interview, he talks a lot about his need to adapt, or the process that he took to adapt to the new team. In June of 2025, Mbappe's progressed moon entered Capricorn. He needed to apply more of that self-discipline, hard work. Capricorn is serious. Capricorn sets the goal and does everything that it can to get there. And Capricorn, there's something mature about the Capricorn. There's not this, yay, life is a party, which is more Sag. Okay, there's a sense of doing what's right and not giving up, and also being in humility. Okay, and that's exactly what he says in that interview, that he had this talk with himself, and he needed to change something in his state of mind. He became more focused. Now, it's easier said than done, right? But Capricorn is about focus. Saturn, limitation. Limitation isn't always bad, because when you sift out the fat, the unnecessary things, and with him it was, he said he was overthinking things. And then when he managed to cast those voices and that self-doubt aside, he really started coming back. Mbappé on the rise, the king is back. Currently, transiting Jupiter is in Mbappe's 10th house of career, your mission in the world. And Jupiter, on its most basic level, is about success, knowing how to seize that success. I'm good enough for this. So at Jupiter, by transit, is in a trine to natal Jupiter. There's a flow. There's just a flow. Things come easier. Things come easier with the planet of good fortune and hope. So after doing that progressed moon conjunct the sun talk with himself in shifting the frame of mind, here comes transiting Jupiter, and Mbappé has scored 50 times in this season, and he's really showing us who Kylian Mbappé is. So go ahead and look at where your progressed moon is right now, by house, sign, or aspect. Where is your transiting Jupiter? Well, it's in Cancer for everyone, but in which house? Where is Saturn, etc.? If you want a reading, contact me through my website in the link down below. Thank you. See you later.